Now, when WKB Carpentry came on the scene, what was the first thing they did?
They kind of assessed the damage, did a walkthrough, reassured us that everything would be all right, kind of gave us instruction as to what to do and what we didn't have to do, because at this point we were just so
overwhelmed.
I imagine you're kind of in like shock.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Big time, yeah. Until you go through it, you just don't realize how screwed up your head gets, and lack of concentration and being able to focus on one thing at a time. It just snowballs.
Well, the third day after the fire, we called our cell phone provider, and they ended up more than doubling our minutes because both of our phones were ringing nonstop. There's so many people involved in details, and in the meantime, your head, you don't even know where you're going to sleep that night, let alone start answering those questions.
I guess one of the nice things about having had gotten to know Bill over the last year or so was that he was a dependable, trustworthy guy, and that one of the things we didn't have to worry about was that we were in touch with the right people to put the house back together again. What we really needed to try to wrap our heads around was how we were going to put together again all the years worth of personal items,
material possessions
that we'd lost. I mean, 30 years worth. I mean, you know, the garage was my shop, was our sanctuary almost. Yeah. You know, I mean, and then what we lost in the house, you know, I mean, it was an accumulation of years worth of personal items and momentums and clothes and everything. I mean, so I mean that was enough to think about in itself.
Right.
You know, so I mean, luckily, you know, Gene was able to help us, and Bill, and I mean, you know, his crew helped later on, you know, to reassure us and let us. We could see they wanted to put the house back together exactly how we wanted it, but just knowing that it was going to get done in that manner allowed us to try to put the pieces of our actual lives back together and not worry about the, you know, the materialistic dwelling.
Right.
You know, that was going to get fixed, and we didn't really have to worry about that too much, other than, you know, what color and, you know, what wall did we want to, you know, change, or what changes did we want to make to the house.